Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here for the Healthy Hustle today. My name is Kevin Larson, Vice President here at New Earth. And if you joined me for our discussion on Tuesday, you'll recall that we examined the difference between whole foods and processed foods and talked about why whole foods are the better option when it comes to keeping your body healthy. That's important. While being armed with knowledge is always the first step towards living a healthier lifestyle, the more important thing really is knowing how to apply that knowledge to your daily life. And that can be easier said than done, especially when it comes to changing your diet, because a lot of people are on autopilot. They like what they like, they eat what they like. We all know that habits can be difficult to break, and habits related to your diet can be exceptionally hard to change. This difficulty comes from a variety of factors, such as potential emotional attachments to food or eating patterns, diet culture that promotes restriction over quality. And many of our eating habits are deeply ingrained because they developed during childhood. We were literally raised on a pattern of food. On top of all that, you add in the standard American diet, which makes it even more difficult to consistently eat a healthy diet full of whole foods. Whew. If you're not sure what I'm talking about when I say the standard American diet, let me explain. Today, it is common for the average American to consume large quantities of ultra-processed foods that contain added sugars, fats, sodium, etc. In fact, 63% of the American diet consists of refined and processed food. Yuck. On top of that, research has shown that 75% of Americans don't eat the recommended daily amount of fruit, and 87% eat less than the recommended amount of vegetables. Even when armed with knowledge about the importance of proper nutrition, people are still likely to follow the standard American diet. Why? Well, there are a variety of reasons for it. First of all, processed foods that come in a box or a bag are the more convenient option, especially for those who lead busy lives. After all, it is a lot faster to heat up a frozen meal in the microwave than it is to cut up and properly cook a meal full of whole foods. In addition to that, research has shown that people are more likely to become addicted to processed foods than unprocessed foods. And I think that's the greater indicator. This is because the way these foods are processed basically strips them of ingredients like water, fiber, protein, and leaves only the most addictive ingredients like sugar and salt. And then when there's not enough of those, they just add them in. Too much sugar and salt. With processed foods being the norm in today's world, it's no wonder it's so difficult to cut them out of your diet. The good news is that there are small steps that you can take to start ditching unhealthy processed foods and start incorporating more whole foods into your meal plan. If you can go cold turkey, do it. I highly recommend it. But if you can't, let's take a look at some of my favorite ways to slowly move your body into this. Right? Number one, opt for whole grains. Right? Overprocessed grains like white rice, pasta, and flour are full of calories, and they have very little nutritional value. Additionally, these grains are high in refined carbohydrates, which are quickly processed by your body. Inevitably, what do? They leave you hungry not too long after you just ate. On the other hand, whole grains like brown rice, wheat flour, whole grain pasta are less processed and full of micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. And they're also rich in fiber, which is not only great for your digestion, but it's very filling. It will fill you up. Number two, snack on fresh fruits and vegetables. I cannot emphasize this one enough. Honestly, truly, especially in the morning and the evening. and predominantly fruit with some vegetables in the morning and predominantly vegetables with some fruit in the evening if you can work it out. We know that reaching for that bag of chips and grabbing a few cookies to snack on is convenient. I get it. But there are healthier alternatives out there. Instead, try stocking up on some fresh fruits and vegetables. Not only are they loaded with nutrients, but most of them can also be eaten raw. And that is truly where you want your food to be coming from. Raw. Just rinse them off, make sure they're clean, cut them up if you have to, and you have a healthy and nutritious snack. I tell my daughter it's sports candy. That's how I refer to fruit, sports candy. That's what apples are. That's the best place you could justify any sort of sugar is in the natural form of an apple or something like it. Number 3, read the label. If you do, you're going to find yourself needing, to buy some packaged food or whatever. Rest assured that they are not all ultra processed. Most are. You're going to have a hard time finding those that don't. But if, in fact, you read the labels, there are some packaged foods out there, like nuts, maybe some meat, even some less likely on the meat, and even some vegetables, right, that are ideal for a whole food diet. With that being said, make sure you take the time to read the label before you buy anything in a package. Anything. Keep a close eye out for sugar. And when you see, recognize that sugar has changed its name in multiple ways, right? They're going to try and tell you that it is cane sugar or natural cane sugar. That's sugar, right? If you grew up in the era that I did, they actually bragged about that in the commercial. CNH, pure cane sugar from Hawaii, grown in the sun, right? It's still sugar. Maltodextrin, sugar. Corn syrup, sugar. High fructose corn syrup, still sugar, the worst kind. Keep an eye out for those. Unhealthy fats, you don't want them. Preservatives also. You're going to see a lot of different things that you don't know how to pronounce. Those are only there as preservatives so it can sit on a shelf. They are not food. All right, number 4, substitute with veggies. Keep an eye out for recipe ingredients that can be substituted with vegetables. You'd be surprised how often you can cut out processed ingredients by using a vegetable substitute. Or even if you're avoiding meat, how you can use a vegetable substitute. For example, did you know finely chopped cauliflower can be substituted for rice and spaghetti, squash or zucchini, and they're great substitutes for pasta, right? Who'd have thought? Also, if you're avoiding meat because you can't get the quality of meat that you're looking for, you can use cauliflower to make buffalo chicken wings, but they're just buffalo cauliflower ears. And they're fantastic. I recommend them. Try them. They'll change your life. Number 5, shop local, shop fresh. One of the best ways to add high quality whole foods and honestly, to get out in your community and wake up, look other people in the eye, get some sun on your face, is to participate locally, especially at your local farmer's market before it even gets into the store. Since all the food at these markets is local to your area, you can rest assured that they are as ripe and fresh as possible. Additionally, since the food doesn't have as far to travel, chances are it's not going to include a lot of additives meant to increase its shelf life. And potentially, you can avoid a lot of the sprays and garbage and wax coatings that they put on fruit that has to sit on a shelf and look beautiful. You don't want that Victoria's Secret fruit. You don't like it. It's not your friend. Number 6, don't forget superfoods. They're super for a reason. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains are all great, but if you really want to make sure you're giving your body all the nutrients that it needs, you need a gap filler. You need something that is high octane for your body. It's time to start adding superfoods to your diet. You could go with the usual options like acai berries, cacao or hemp or things like that. Or you can choose and you can choose a more powerful option like organic wild microalgae. Our algae here at New Earth is unlike any other. It is a rare type of blue-green algae that contains an extraordinary nutrient profile. In fact, it's honestly near the perfect food, filled with amino acids, essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, so much more. You want it. You can find more information about this powerful superfood in the link in the description. And while you're down there, make sure to click subscribe and the notification bell so you can see us on the next Healthy Hustle. There's no doubt that nourishing your body with whole foods is one of the best ways to keep your mind and body healthy. And by making simple adjustments to your daily eating habits, you can easily be on your way to an overall healthier lifestyle. And with that, thank you for joining me today. We will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.